2019. You know what? I woke up this morning feeling like I have to take charge of my life in a way that is going to empower me and set me up for the amazing journey I'm looking to have. And one thing I can't continue to do is surround myself around negative people and negative energy. And I think that that's something that's so important to me and has been so important to me over the last year. I'm not putting myself in no position where I can't grow. So, like, you know what? Here's one thing. The real reason that I wanted to do this video today, and it's going to be a short video because I really am just trying to grow my audience, and honestly, I'm just trying to come out here in a very, like, honest manner. But let me just say this. I truly believe that any change you want to make for yourself can be made first in your mind and then outward. There's nobody who can stop you from accomplishing your goals and getting things done for yourself that'll bring you to the next level. I truly believe in the level up that everybody talks about. I truly believe in women getting what they deserve. I truly believe in black women getting what they deserve. I truly believe in dark skin and brown skin women getting what they deserve. And we have to say no more in 2020. No more abuse. No more media abuse. No more abuse from our peers. No more abuse from onlookers and passersby. No more abuse from our boss. Like, I am not a fucking mule. So you know what I'm going to do on Sunday morning? I'm going to get up and work on my fucking body. Because my body is so much more important than sitting in somebody's church getting fat. And I've always felt that way. Not to say that I don't enjoy the Lord, because I consider myself very spiritual, and I was raised by a black Southern grandmother who was very spiritual, and you know, she just turned 87 last week, and literally and what you hear right now, that's a bunch of snow coming down. It sounds like hail out here. I mean, she literally empowered me to be a strong woman, but at the same time, there were a lot of things she didn't teach me because she didn't have the tools, and because it was never impressed upon her. But let me tell you something. The day of the fat black girl is over. And I don't give a fuck what celebrity is on top right now. I don't care. I don't care, you know, who we love. I don't care who our favorite celebrities have been over the years. I don't care about none of that shit. Literally, if you are a black woman, and especially a black woman of my complexion, okay, that rich chocolatey brown complexion, right? If you're this complexion and darker, you have no business being overweight. First of all, what if I told you this? They're not looking at you to begin with. And when they're looking at you, they're judging you against everybody else. So you're almost going into it with a disadvantage. If you want to be treated on a certain level and raised to the level of femininity that some of these other women have been raised to, you know what you can't do? You can't walk around like you feel sorry for yourself. You can't walk around looking like you don't take care of yourself. And you can't walk around thinking that the Lord is going to magically send you a man. Like, let me tell you something. My aunt, she really believed that the Lord was going to send somebody for her. And to this day, I don't know what she thinks now, but I think she's kind of given up. She's too old to have children. She has never had kids. She lives a sad existence. She's miserable. She has a very, very mean spirit and demeanor, but I know where it comes from. I know it comes from a lack of achieving all the things that she thought she was supposed to have achieved. And just knowing it never came true, like, that just must hurt so much. And so it's like, you know what? Let her sit in her bitterness, but I don't have to take that from her because I'm not her. I don't look like her. You know, it's so crazy. A couple weeks ago, or like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I don't know. Was it 3 or 4 weeks ago or 3 or 4 months ago? The time goes so fast. She said something to me about, I forget what she said. She tried to come at me about my hair or something, how it didn't look that nice that day. my hair out natural, and I have a nice, like I would say I have a nice 4A texture, 3C 4A texture. But let me tell you something. My aunt, she really said that because she was miserable. And then I looked at her in her small little tiny room in my grandmother's house with her medication and her Bible and her crazy people pills and her Bible. And I looked at her and I said, oh, wow. She's just angry that she sees a better version of herself right here. I mean, because we all kind of look alike. We all have this nose. We all have these deep set eyes. We all have these lips. And to be honest with you, if you ask me, any of my aunts could have been beautiful women. Some of them chose to be complete devout Christians and fuck up their body. And then some of them chose to just get complacent in life. I'm thinking it's a generational thing, so I'm not going to roast them. But I have every right to speak on my family and what the black women in my family have done. And what I realize is that a lot of them dream that they are going to be either like these devout Christian women that are going to be picked out of the church by these amazing alpha men who love the Lord and fear the Lord. Or they think that like my grandmother, because she is a God-fearing Christian, but at the end of the day, she is a matriarch. She's a woman who pulled everything together in this family for a long time and is so comfortable in that role that she thinks that it's almost natural, and it's not natural. I want to be taken care of. There's nothing wrong with saying that out loud. There's nothing wrong with a black woman saying that out loud. There's nothing wrong with a black woman that looks like me or looks like you saying that out loud. Let me tell you something. I'm dealing with a situation right now where I've been literally trying to level up this whole year. My whole goal this year is to level up because I've always been a leveled up bitch. I've always had a great career. I've always had my own place. I'm 32. I have no children. I'm not exactly fat. I mean, I don't hate myself. I've always been in diverse crowds, so I haven't always put myself in a place where I'm just, in my own racial comfortability. So I've learned a lot about other cultures. I've traveled. I'm, on my second passport as an adult. And so my thing is like, to be honest with you, I just don't understand what are you bitches scared of? What is the complacency about? Are you scared to go to the gym? Because let me tell you something. When your body starts popping and those titties start sitting and that ass starts sitting right after you went into the gym like I'm about to go do right now. Because to be honest with you, I'm a little thick right now. And that's mostly because my toe was broken in March from an attack. And at the end of the day, it's like, from an attack from someone that I was actually trying to support, someone who I was trying to help, an artist I was trying to develop. And my toe is still sore, but I won't go out of this year having not worked out for 10 months. No way. I worked out every fucking day up until that happened. That happened, and even with that toe injury and fracture, it was like a fracture to my big toe. Even with that fracture, I still walked everywhere. Last winter, I was walking, even with the snow. Because it didn't hurt that much. I still walked everywhere. It wasn't that bad of a fracture, so I made a choice that if I can't be in the gym doing squats and lifting heavy weights, what I was going to do was I was going to go ahead and find a way to walk every day, which is something that I had enjoyed anyway. It's just something I used to do with my guy back in the day, and we used to love, like, just walking around Brooklyn and from one neighborhood to the next just to get some extra calories down because, sometimes we like to eat heavy, so we have to walk a lot. So I just made it a habit over these since March up until yesterday, even up until this morning. I mean, I walk everywhere. I get 4,000 steps on a low day, and on a high day I'm getting like 15. That's a high day when I'm really walking around a lot. But on average, I'm getting about 8,000 to 10,000 steps, and I make it my business to hit 10,000 every day for the most part. And some days I'm just too tired or whatever, if I'm hungover or whatever. But to be honest with you, I don't see, like, what are you guys afraid of? Are you afraid? Let me step back. Hi, I'm Jackie. I don't feel like I'm an authority on anybody's fucking beauty. I'm not a beauty queen. I'm not on no one's beauty's fucking list. But you know what I will say is I'm confident in myself. And beauty starts with confidence. And also taking care of your body is something that you should want to do it, because your body is your temple, and your body is something that you're only going to be able to get it once. You're only going to be young once. You're only going to be vibrant once. You're only going to be able to run down that block, but for so long. You're only going to be able to chase behind those children, but for so long. You're only going to be able to lift that box, but for so long. And so it's like, why not be at the top of your game? And that was one of the things that I've been actually fighting against this as a young black woman since I was like 11 years old. And I'll tell you what happened. In middle school, I'm from the Bronx. In middle school, I ended up going to a predominantly white middle school on the Upper East Side. And what I noticed was that there were really not that many fat kids. And I wasn't yet a fat kid. Ooh, thank you, Lord. When I say thank you, Lord, I wasn't a fat kid yet. I mean that because I was on the verge of being a fat kid. I was on the verge of being a kid that ate all the stuffing and all the bullshit food that my black American family was cooking and putting on the table, thinking it was Thanksgiving. And we just passed Thanksgiving. Ask me what I had this Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell you what I had this Thanksgiving. I had one piece of lasagna and a small bowl of this like cabbage and carrots. That's it. Oh, and a little tiny piece of ham. Like this small. No dessert. I had a couple drinks. But let me tell you something. Thanksgiving, I'm done with Thanksgiving. Let me tell you how I feel about Thanksgiving. I can have good food any day. I make good money, so I can take myself. And even if I couldn't take myself, he could take me. And so I don't need your Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is fantastic when you have a big family, but I don't have any children. So for me to sit there and stuff my face with 3 plates while I look around with the bitches that have the 3 kids and no man stuffing their face, I don't want to be them. So what I don't do is I don't eat OD on Thanksgiving. That's just the truth. And that's a real thing that happens in our community, where big black women, and there's no other way to say it, where they will try to sit here and make you feel guilty if you don't participate in the gluttony and the bad eating habits that they have developed culturally from maybe their parents and generationally. Yo, I get it. Because there are certain things that I love. I mean, I do love the fatback and the collard greens. But I also don't eat the fatback and the collard greens. I let it season the collard greens. And I throw that bitch to the side. Another thing is rice. You won't catch me eating rice. I like pasta. Maybe it's because I grew up in the Bronx. Plenty of Italians up there. Or maybe it's because my late fiance was Italian. Or no, but I just think I like pasta because pasta gets mixed up in a lot of different sauces. And I'm a person who I enjoy good sauces. So I like a little pesto sauce. I like a little clam sauce. I like a little fagioli. I like different sauces. And so I like anything that gets mixed up in a sauce. But if you put 2 plates in front of me and you said, here's a plate of pasta versus here's a plate of rice, I'm going to take the pasta over the rice. Because the pasta for my body doesn't make me balloon into a whale. Even though pasta does have a tendency of making people balloon into whales, it's about the portions that you eat. And so if you can eat basically this much of pasta with a couple of meatballs and some really great pesto sauce or whatever, like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to the meatball shop. They have the cutest little like meatballs with like just a little bit of polenta or whatever you need. If you can't eat that and that type of portion and that level, then you're not ready for the level up. If you can't eat small, you're not ready for the level up. This level up that all these women are talking about, because you guys, I'm new, and at the end of the day, I'm a brand new face and you don't know me. But the level up that these women are talking about, it starts on your plate as well. So December 1st, I'm not waiting for January 1st because I'm a workout bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm not Brittany babe. I'm not as good as her. I mean, she's ripped and she is, but I do stay on top of my body. I prefer to stay thick. But don't be surprised if you see me drop thinner. I mean, there are a lot of times, especially during the summer, where I'm much thinner. I'm a person that I fluctuate a lot, but I never really go above a size 6/8 nowadays. There was a time that I was as big. Well, I would say 8 now, because I like to stay a little thick. Sometimes when I'm a size 6 down to like a size 6, I feel very in the face, frail and stuff like that. And so I do, because I'm 5'5.5", what I call hashtag racked and stacked. I like to be a little like, this is my workout bra, you know, and it's like, it's broken, so that's probably the reason why shit's not sitting all that good. I mean, I have real titties, but at the same time, like, my belly don't bang over, and I'm not even sucking it in, guys. And what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't body in that European sense. I also don't think I have a beautiful body in that fake plastic sense, because I was going to get my body done, and I may still do certain things to my body. I'm not speaking down on anyone who does things to their body, but what I found about us black women is we're so quick to go under the white man's knife to create some sort of perfection for the black man that's not checking for us, that I'm thinking if I get my body done, I'm just gonna attract more fuck niggas and not the type of men who can really take care of me and elevate me to the next level. I mean, there's a reason why women like Rihanna don't get their body done. I'm sure she'd love to have OD ass sometimes so she could just bounce that ass. I'm sure she would. But her billionaire boyfriend wouldn't have even looked her way if she looked like she belonged in a Fashion Nova outfit. Not to say Fashion Nova isn't popping. I mean, I have Fashion Nova stuff that I wear in my house, but the shit is so skimpy and the quality of material is so low that, like, my grandmother taught me how to sew. I can sew. I can make patterns. We used to make patterns out of these brown, I mean, you guys who are seamstresses and people who are in the fashion industry, everything's so advanced now, you know exactly what it is. But my grandmother had these big pattern sheets that we used to go and get and draw our patterns out on these big things that look like recyclable brown paper bags, and then we material and mix. My grandmother, I have like 10 skirts for my grandmother, all A-line skirts, all made nice. She made these things because she wanted me to understand that my femininity was important, so important that if I had to make my own skirt, it was more important than having a pair of jeans. And I do love jeans. I'm a jeans type of girl, but just by her showing me the quality of what it really means to make a piece of a garment, and she still does it to this day. I mean, she makes cute little things for the dolls now because she's, you know, she's got a little arthritis, so it's different. But if I asked her to make me a suit, she'd make it today. And let me tell you something, that taught me that femininity is important, dressing like a woman is important, being classy is important, even if you have to make your own clothes. And all the other materials that people are using out here, all that bullshit, that rayon, that polyester, and all. My grandmother, she only used cotton, silks, and real materials. And all that other materials that are being used at Fashion Nova, I mean, if you let it sit in your fridge, it would decompose like bad rice. Honestly, this stuff is not even supposed to be really worn on a daily basis. This is the type of shit that you buy, and I'm from the Bronx, all right? I live in Brooklyn, but I'm from the Bronx, so if you know these two spots, if you're in Brooklyn, this is the type of shit you got at the Fulton Mall before 2000. This is the type of shit that you bought on the Fulton Mall before 2000. The Fulton Mall used to have, because I used to come from the Bronx to hang with my girlfriend, and she used to take me to Fulton Mall, and I used to get the most ratchet clothes, and I was only 14 years old, 13 years old. So this is the type, to me, Fashion Nova and those fast fashion brands, if it's not H&M doing collaborations, then the majority of it fits like and looks like cheap clothing that you could either get on Fordham Road or Fulton Mall circa 2000, 1998, 99. So a lot of the clothing that women are investing in, they'll never be able to level up in it. Now, when you go in my closet, there are things in my closet that, like, to this day would sell for almost the exact price. Not because they're expensive, but because the materials were well made and the shit was well constructed. And in order to get your body into those types of clothing, you actually have to have a nice body with proper and realistic proportions. So what we can't do is we can't promote all of these women with 34, 24, 42 when there's really no clothes for them but Fashion Nova. Unless you're Nick, and I love Nikki, unless you're Nick, who could afford to develop Fendi, work with Fendi to have clothing that will maybe fit your body. Unless you're someone like that who has an impact and a voice that's broad enough to impact a fashion brand to create clothing that can fit your disproportionate looking body, you'll be rocking Fashion Nova until you're 80 years old with your tits hanging down to the ground. So for me, on December 1st today, and trust me, this is not the best I could look. I'm coming on, these first couple of videos are going to be just me in the most raw, chill moment, because this is how I am on a daily basis. And right now, I'm just revamping myself and getting myself back to that sharp, powerhouse woman that I am. Because one thing I am not is, I'm not your workhorse. I'm not a mule. I'm not your mother. I'm not your sister. I'm not your auntie. And I'm not your grandmother. No, I'm not paying for anything or doing anything for you. No, I'm not building anything with you. You can build and share whatever the hell you want with me. And if it's not enough, I'll get some more from someone else. You know what else? I am feminine. And I wanted to just say that out loud because over this past couple of months, I have a good friend of mine who I swear she will sit there and try to tell me that I'm not that feminine. But yet she's the one with 3 children in no better circumstance than I am, out of shape and older than me. But what can she really do? And my thing is, like, I'm not trying to shit on her because she is trying her damnedest, but femininity is clearly not what you believe it is. I know that the femininity I have is enough because my femininity has allowed me to stay on top of my goals, get somewhere in my career, open up my own business. Even though right now my business is kind of, it's on a low because it's a music production type of thing, and so it's like it's on a low right now. I really just want to do more with it, but it's like I'm gonna go to what homegirl always say, but I stays on code, you feel me? And when I say that, I mean I stays on code, meaning no, I won't have your baby. No, I won't have your fetishized black baby without millions in my bank account. Oh, guess what? I won't have any man's baby without securing a decent bag. And when I say a decent bag, like, the bag has to be so heavy that I could buy a house out in New York. I'm from New York and I'm not moving to your town. The bag has to be so right that I could buy what I want out here. Otherwise, I don't need your baby in me because that's just going to slow me down. And I do want to have a child. But my child, just like everything else, is part of this come up package. I'm not going to sit here and produce with you the coveted and most essential form of production in human existence, which is to create life with you, to sit here and lay down with you and create light with you and give you the gift of life, a young black man or a young black woman, because I am a black woman, so there's no way none of my children will be mixed. I'm a dark-skinned woman. My children will be black. So I'm going to give you a strong black man and a beautiful black woman. Out of this body, you're going to pay what you weigh. And I could say that with so much confidence because even my fiance that passed, he was 2 years younger than me, Italian, and he always told me that I was going to quit my job when he got into the law firm, which was very soon. And I would have ended up starting my business regardless. I would have been on this path regardless. I was not going to sit there and help him build anything. I made more money than him because he was still going to law school, but somehow he was the one paying all the bills. I remember we took a vacation. I thought I called myself doing something, paying for the hotel or something. We got out to the hotel, to the location. I didn't even have enough money. You know what I recognized? That, like, I shouldn't be doing shit because my man got it. What did he do? Reached into his wallet, pulled out the appropriate funds, paid it, laughed at me, and he said, haha, you told me I was only supposed to bring $2,000 on this trip. I brought 7. Stop. And that's not even big money, but that was big money for us. He was only 20, at the time I was 26, and he must have been 24. So this is a man who, or he must have been 20, yeah, like 25. He was 25 and I'm 26. So my thing is like, what? Look at this young man who loves me, willing to do anything so I'm not embarrassed, willing to do anything so I am lifted up, willing to do anything so I'm on a pedestal. And you niggas can't compete. It's really, what it comes down to is like, he set the bar so high is that the bar is just too high for some of y'all. And so what it is for me now is like, he was a person who showed me that femininity has a real cost, and a man will pay almost any dollar to have a woman that he values, that makes him look good, that makes him, you know, happy to be alive, that motivates him. When I got with my guy, at that time, I'm stepping into the past because he has passed away. He's been gone for 4 years. But when I got with him, he was the type of person that if I asked for something, he would just pop up with it. Not asking me if I want it. Oh, you really want that? You know, like this guy that I've been messing with, and I have to kind of smack myself in the face. This guy I've been messing with for the last couple months, he is a person that knows how to work hard. He's West Indian. He comes from a hard-working background. But hard work is all he's ever going to do. All we're ever going to do is sit around here trying to hard work to death. No. I mean, I make about 3 or 4 times more than when I work. This past year, I made a choice to not work. Toe was broken. I'm still over here with my business. I set myself in a position where I don't have to be on the plantation. So when I don't have to be on the plantation, I'm not on the plantation. I work on the plantation for like a year and a half. And then when shit gets too rough, you know what I say? Plantation, you're over. Let me take a break and go do my own thing. I don't give corporate America my entire existence because they will have me just like the fat black girls in church, except worse. I'll be in their community. Really not getting picked. Really not getting acknowledged. While Becky is walking around in her Savage X Fenty. You know, no, I don't think so. You won't have me over here slaving for you while white girl gets to build her legacy on my back. Having children with you and while you own the company and now, no, I deserve a good shot at a good existence as well. I don't need just your pity baby. I need a good existence. I need to be set up. That's another thing. The type of level up I'm looking for, I recognize that on this Sunday, the best thing I could do for myself is work out and get myself into a zen place and keep working. Let me tell you, old boy, last night, I don't know where he went. I woke up and he had dipped out in the middle of the night. His phone is still here. And that's because he was so drunk, sitting in my house so drunk. I mean, this person was so drunk that they had to leave to do something and didn't even have the mind to take the key and now this is not his key. This is a spare key because I live upstairs, so sometimes I don't feel like coming downstairs, so I drop the key out the window. You come get the shit. You open the door. I'm not coming down for you. But this is the key so you can go and run to the store or whatever while you're hanging out with me. You get the key. You got the key is sitting right there. Your phone is sitting right there. This lasagna that we had, this leftover lasagna, is burning in the oven, and I wake up thinking, where the fuck is this Negro at? You see, that type of thing is a type of thing that I am done with in life. It is not a 2020 thing. It is a life thing. I literally would never have stepped in this relationship if I didn't know that this person was a workhorse. I know he's a person that adores me, and he would bend over backwards for me. And so for that, I exploit that. Because I know, he's a great person. He really is. He's a lovely person. He's a great person. He's really not that much of a looker, but he knows that. But he's not. He has a decent body. He's slender, so he's not fat. But he's really not much of a looker. but he's a hardworking man, and he's the type of man that could do a lot, except I'm not waiting for you. And I think something in his heart told him that shit last night, because a little disagreement we had, and I straight said, I'll never marry you. And it's not to hurt your feelings, but it's because he has to make jokes about us having a child and shit. And I have to remind him that I will abort your baby. Because what I won't do is sit here and so I don't have a lot of sex with him. I literally, I don't know if you ladies understand how your own body works, but for me, I don't need sex all month. I need sex like right before my period for like 3 or 4 days. So pretty much once I have someone that's sexy enough to put that condom on and we can have a little sex for 3 or 4 days a month, I am good. So if by the time boy comes around, those days are gone, I don't have sex with him. And this is one of the reasons why, and now let me tell you about boy. This is one of the reasons why boy doesn't do enough for me, but he definitely does. He damn sure does something. He can't afford to pay my whole rent, which is what I feel bad for him, because he would win if he could afford to pay all my bills. But because he has not leveled up himself, I'm not going to waste my time with him. Here's what happens if I waste my time with him. If I sit here and continue to give him energy and continue to allow him to be here every night and continue to allow him to fuck and continue to allow him to, have, his fantasies come true every time he comes and messes with a woman who's really out of his league, because I bring myself down to his level. What I do is I make him complacent in not accomplishing his own goals. He has a goal to get his construction company up, to get his general contractor's license. This man is 37. He just turned 37 years old this year. And I'm younger than him. I'm only 32. So my thing is like, look. This man, I would have never looked at him if it weren't for the fact that he built my recording studio. Now, when I say he built my studio, he didn't build my studio. My studio is in a place that I used to live. And he built it up and kind of reinforced the walls and made it nicer and brought it to a completeness that made it look more like a business and less like an apartment. Okay, great. But I paid him. He did not do that for free. He was a referral through another person I knew, and I paid him for that job. And that's why he really doesn't bring that job up, because he knows he has no right to ever throw that job in my face. I paid you for that job on a professional tip. Since that has happened, he's expressed that he wants to be, of course, I'm a young woman that has hired him. I paid him on time every night, things that people can't even do today. Like, I had to go and help him get his paycheck yesterday from someone who can't pay him. Another thing is he's undocumented. And not to say that I don't love my Caribbean Massive, but, like, what the fuck would I look like marrying and giving a baby to someone who's undocumented without any ends? I would look stupid. So it's like, he's a black man, he's Caribbean West Indian, he works hard, but none of it's coming together, so it doesn't count. And this is what I keep trying to tell him. It never counted, and it will never count until you can complete the mission. The mission is, you want to be with me, okay? So here's what I need you to do. I need you to separate yourself from me and go fix your life. Okay, this person is a person I've been dealing with. He did my studio 2017. So pretty much I dealt with him in 2017, still same issues. We come into 2017, I dealt with him for a few months. Then my birthday came. I'm a Scorpio. I let him go before my birthday. I'm not wasting time with you. I need real sex for my birthday, and I also need someone who's going to grovel at my feet on my birthday. So because you're not doing enough, you got to get out of here. Now, I got rid of him. I went into some other circumstances, whatever, it doesn't matter. Trying to build up another artist, and what I realized is that it's just a continual cycle of me building up other men. And I'm not doing that anymore either in 2020. I'm not building up anybody, because I don't see anybody coming over here to build me up. The only person who ever built me up was that Italian man who passed away, Mr. Steve. My baby, my fiance. And let me tell you something. It is so disgusting to look into a man's face when he says, but you don't buy me anything. And I have gotten so comfortable thanks to certain women on YouTube over the last 6 or 7 months telling him, and I'm not going to. Because I used to be the woman who said I'm not going to when I was 20. And, you know, I don't have children yet, and I really had my mind right. Trust me. And something happened over these last couple of years. I don't know if it was the Obamas and all of this black excellence, and where we're trying to accept each other now and love our black kings and stuff. So now I'm trying to give him a chance. But all of these gentlemen that I've been giving chances to, they don't deserve chances because they're not set up. Technically, you could have yourself a black queen, but she got to be on a lower caliber than me. I don't see myself making $100,000 more than a man. And that's exactly where we're at right now. We're in a place where my salary versus his is literally $100,000 gap because he's undocumented, can almost never retrieve 100% of his pay. The drunkenness has left him to a place where he's always getting taken advantage of. And you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to be his black girl pit bull. And oh, did I also tell you how he's 37 years old, not that much older, he has 3 children with 2 babies' mothers, not a dollar. Not nothing. But yet somehow he fantasizes about me having his baby children and being married to him and living in a house. Like, what do you think I want to do? Sit around here and fantasize with you? What I would rather do is get up and work on my body so I can attract in a position to put me on the pedestal that by which I belong. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that that's something that I need my ladies, my black ladies, my dark skin ladies, my chocolate ladies. I need you guys to have a little bit more confidence in yourselves and demand what you deserve. And only because I'm saying this because I am smacking myself in the face. I wasted so much time with this man, but not that much. He's only been around since after his birthday. And honestly, I could probably count the amount of times we've had sex since then. And yeah, he's paid for the first couple months he was around. He paid damn near all my rent, and now it's gone down to half because he can barely get any money, which is another thing. This construction shit, if he thinks I'm going to go through the winter with him struggling in his construction job, no, you're going to be by yourself or living on your boy's couch. You guys can figure it out. Because I gave him a year. I gave him 2 years. I haven't spoken to the man since October of 2017 up until June of this year. So I literally gave the man 2 years and nothing had gotten accomplishment. Nothing has been accomplished. No accomplishments. The man owes back child support, everything. And I'm not going to drag this man because art is good. And this is one of the things I want to say to you guys too is like, yo, I know this man's heart is good. I know he loves me and I know he would do anything for me. So if that's the case, you know what he will do? He will level the fuck up for me. He'll go get a brownstone for me. He'll go get his GC license for me. He'll go start his own company. I've already helped him conceptualize and I gave him the name of his company already. Can you believe that? And I had to pull back and say, wait a second, I am not Barbara the Builder. I'm not going to give you the name of your company. I'm not going to get... So he says, the other day he tried to give me some slick shit and sneak something very slick. The other day, he tried to say it would be probably better off if I get if you get the general contractor's license at this point, it'll be faster. Oh, I'm not in no rush to help you. You can get your own general contractor's license when you're ready. And if I'm around and I care and I don't have any children, then maybe. If I have no other options, let's say my foot gets amputated or something, and nobody wants to fuck with me, then yeah, then you could have me. Then you could have me when I have no options, when no man wants to wheelchair me around but you. Until then, he's going to have to step up to the plate and be a better man. A better black man, a better provider. Now, I also say to myself, who am I to demand anything from this man? You know what I say? How can I demand anything from this man when he has 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, who he does nothing for now? I can't sit here and ask him to do everything for me without feeling just a little bit guilty. I do feel a little guilty, but you know why I don't feel so guilty? Because it's his choice. If you choose to give me half my rent every month as opposed to paying your child support because you want this. That's what you want, right? So you're choosing to forego your responsibilities as a father because, and mine is, whew, fire. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The more juice. So my shit is like, so my thing is like, you know, if you give up your own responsibilities for your goals and things just to support me, then I'm sorry, you don't think right. And I wanted to turn him away months ago because he is a friend and I care about him. I would never want to hear that something bad happened to him. But my other girlfriend said, oh no, let him do whatever he can do until he can't do no more. And that's a fact. And now he can't do no more, so he has to go. I don't know what happened. I came downstairs to see if he was outside on my stoop last night after he locked himself out on a drunk moment. Then I came upstairs and didn't think twice about it. I went downstairs twice to check. That was the friend in me. And then I got to cleaning my house, doing my hair, cleaning my face, getting my body right, taking care of myself, and all the things that have to do with me. I don't owe him shit. Young black lady, you don't owe that man anything. If he wants you, he will find the way to get you. But that's the sand truck. They said it was going to be some kind of crazy storm today. It's just like mostly rain. No, but on some real, you guys, you don't... I think sometimes we feel like we owe them an explanation. I don't even owe explanation. Literally, his phone is right here, and I'm not going to even try to find him today. Because how I feel is, you know exactly where I live. You know that your phone is here because you know where you were. And if you didn't know where you were, that's a damn shame. If you didn't know where you were, that's a damn shame. I mean, this is a man who loses money all the time. And it's not about him. It's about just me recognizing that, like, okay, I gave it a second try. And that was the friend in me. Now I'm completely done with this man. He doesn't have anything beneficial. And all he has is criticism because he's in such a bad place. And he's hurting every day. And so let his mother deal with it. Oh, by the way, I spoke to his mother months ago. And she told me that it broke her heart to see that her son was throwing up drunk on the side of the street. I mean, this man can't even get his life together. His old mother doesn't respect him. And pretty much just told me that I shouldn't respect him either. And I tried because I love the underdog story. I wouldn't call myself a Barb the Builder as much as I'm a renegade. I love the underdog. I love to see a man, a woman from any race, any background come from shit and rise and defeat and defy and all odds, all obstacles, and all preconceived notions of what they would become. But when I see you're not working towards excellence, I almost don't give a fuck about what you're talking because now I know that what you're saying is not real. You just want to be seen and appear as though you're working on improving upon yourself, when in actuality, all you're doing is holding me back from improving upon myself so that you can take advantage of a situation where you know that you have a limited time. You have a limited time frame around here. You know I'm going to come to my senses, like right now, December 1st. You know I'm going to come to my senses and say, no, I'm a beautiful chocolate black woman with ass and titties, a degree, a career, a good family, love, and I almost don't need anything from you. So it's like, and it's so crazy because I sat back, you know, this man told me he wanted to create his company, and what I said was, okay, so if he wants to create his company, what I'm going to do is, if he wants to create his company, I'm not going to be working and creating his company. I'll help him create his company, but you're going to pay all the rent. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to not even force myself back into a work situation. I could have been back at work this summer. I decided I wasn't going to work because I felt like, you know what, if I have to sit here and be your project manager for your construction company, I have to either get paid or you have to pay this rent or both. So we wasted these months. I wasted these months trying to reshape this man, and now I know I've given it a proper effort as a friend. Because part of me felt like maybe I did him dirty last couple years ago, because I ended up, you know, falling on his friend's dick. So it's like I kind of feel like maybe I did him a little bit dirty in 2017, so I wanted to give it another chance. But what I realized was that it was not right to begin with, and it's still not right, and it won't get any better because this person's not willing to change. I mean, he's drunk and doesn't even know where his phone's at, and he hasn't even called his own phone number, which is the first thing any person does when they lose their phone. They call their own phone number. He hasn't even called his own phone number to find out, like, is he dead? And if he is, do I care? Get this energy out of my life. It is December 1st. I'm about to go down the block to work energy out of my space, out of my mind, clear my body, and do something productive for myself. And I urge all of you women of color to do it too, because you're excellent and you deserve to be loved and you deserve to be treated like a real woman, not like someone's mammy, not like someone's mother, grandmother, or sister, big sis. No, you know who you're supposed to be? You're supposed to be little sis, the cousin they protect. Okay, they will protect when I say they, men, and especially our black men, but more importantly, men in general. It's not really a black man or a black woman. This is a man thing. Men will protect something that seems that it needs protection. If you are the bitch I am when I'm at work, the reason why I'm not at work, because I don't care to be her anymore. I don't care to be your bulldog. I don't care to be your token black bitch. I don't care to be the girl that you defer to for your ghetto jokes, because there's nothing ghetto about me. I'm a serious angry woman, and I also don't care to display my full range of emotions. Or any of these corporate people. So when I go back to work, because I haven't accepted, or I haven't even been given an offer, but I think I'm gonna get something this week. When I go back to corporate, I'm pretty much going to just come and go, and no more hanging. Like, another thing is back to the health and the body, because this is Sunday, December 1st, and we're just trying to get our bodies right and get back on our health. And I'm looking a little bit of a mess. This is not a good place for me to be sitting. It's kind of sunk down, and my stomach's a little bit on hefty right now. But to be honest with you, if you think about it like this, you go out with these coworkers, just especially when you look at the ones that are older than you, the black women that are older than you, and the women that look like you. If you're a white girl, you're looking at an older white woman. If you're an Asian girl, you're looking at an older Asian woman. If you're an Indian woman, you're looking at the older Indian partner. Okay? If you're a black woman like me, there was a particular partner at my firm who was a partner. Tell that she maybe used to be a hotshot back in the day, but because she spent too much time around this place, around this firm, she ended up becoming the church mammy in the office. And it wasn't her fault, because you just asked her. Her face was like she was tired because she's on the computer screen and reading every fucking whatever. I think she had her JD. Good for her. But guess what? You look horrible and no man wants to be with you. Except for some low-level man who wants to be taken care of. You're already at a disadvantage because you're dark black. And in this environment where there's barely any of us, make matters worse, you're going to get in the way of women like me. And we don't even want what you got. Have it. You know what I want? I want the kind of life where I wake up and I, do my own thing, work out in the morning, get my health right, work on my business, maybe work on my man's business if he needs a little help, because I'm a business person, so I like to be challenged. So I have no problem do little silly things for your business, make a couple phone calls, couple emails, but I'm not running anything. I'm not managing, and I'm not project managing any of your business, because I don't get paid. But for the right man, I'm willing to do a couple little things to show you that I'm interested and I'm a keeper. We're going to stop doing too much work for these men in 2020. We're going to get everything we deserve. And I think I might be late. I think that there's literally women out here who are doing this shit already. I know that there are women out here way more gorgeous than me, darker than me, skinnier than me, titties better than me, that are doing this thing already, and I'm following y'all. I'm taking notes. I am watching. I am applauding. I am not hating. I'm congratulating. I am participating. I am indulging. I am listening. I am taking notes. I am comparing and the list, the checklists. I'm back on my checklist. They try to tell us black women not to have a checklist. You better keep your checklist. That's how you end up with a dusty baby. And what we don't want is, we don't want and here's the definition of a dusty baby. Because all babies are beautiful, and we love babies, and we love children, and that's wonderful, because I want to have them too. And I don't care what they look like. But if I have to find child support, then you're dusty, and I have a dusty baby now. How do you think, let me paint the picture. I got to find child support for this first kid that I popped out for you because you were dusty and you finessed me. And then I try, let's say I'm a millionaire and I have 3 kids with him. Your child's going to be the odd one out because I can't do it. I'm not having mixed up kids either. I'm only having children with one man. So I'm taking my notes and making the right selections. Trust, believe that. Believe that. And don't think I'm going to sit here and have an old white man's baby either. I probably will have a black man's baby, but do know he will be paid. And do know he will put me on a pedestal like no other. Otherwise, he will not have me. And I will not be taking no ex-cons. And I will not be taking no men that don't make $1 million or better. Black men, there's not 1 million billion. There's not 1 million black billionaires. But there's definitely a good hefty number of multi-millionaire black men and high-level 6-figure black men that can empower my life to do anything else but be me. And until then, I may have to date out my race until I find them. And I'm not looking for them. They'll find me because I'm not worried about them. I'm #unbothered. I want more of my beautiful sisters to be #unbothered. #perfect, #chocolatey, #thick, rich, creamy, fudge chocolate. 85% cacao, 90% cacao, and bad. That's who we are, and I'm here to raise hell. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to play by anybody's rules. I'm here to get what I deserve. I'm here to raise hell. I'm here to light the pathway up for everyone. Because I don't care about the one that looks like her. I don't care about the one who thinks she's maybe 20% African diaspora. No, I care about the 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90% cacao, the diaspora, and the influence that we make. I care about the Naomis, the Alex, the Leomis. You know, like, these are the Jordans, there's so many, there's so many beautiful black women out here today. Tika Sumpter, she's like, yo, she's my idol. Honestly, she's my idol. I love her, and honestly, if I could look like anybody, I would want to look like Tika Sumpter. She's gorgeous. She's flat, straight, shut it down. She's gorgeous. But my thing is, like, I don't take pointers from people that can't empower me, and I don't listen to that are just position to have me. I recognize what it is. Game, peep game. And once we peep game, we can move forward. I'm going to level up. I'm determined. I had a dollar amount on my list when I came to this conclusion last December. I had a dollar amount I wanted to get by June, and I dropped the ball thinking I could get a friend to help me, thinking I could get a man that loved me to help me, and he did help me. He did. I'm not going to tear him down completely. He did help me, but he's just not set up right. He's the type of man that I like him so much as a friend, because we smoke a little together, we drink, and I like him so much as a friend that he's the type of man that if I were married and I had some children, he'd be my boyfriend. I'd keep him around, and he'd come. He would come, because it's either that or nothing. But he's the type of man that, like, you could be there, but I can't have children for you. And when I tell you to go, you gotta go. And we're only having sex when I want to, so pretty much you're gonna get what I give you. And if that bothers you, and if it makes you mad that this face is telling you that, then you better grow up. Because last time I checked, I got to get taken care of just like every other woman got to get taken care of. You know what I feel like? I feel like I want to be elevated on the level that all of those Russian bitches that come into STK with their sugar daddies, all the mail order brides, that's the level I want to be on. Okay, so like I said, I mean, this is what this channel is about. You guys are going to watch me transform in a way that I've never even seen myself transform. I'm going to really step into my full potential in 2020 in a way that, and I'm starting it from now. This is 2019. Because it takes 21 days to develop a habit, and I've got 31 days in this month, and I plan to use every day in the most productive way possible to help myself grow. And it's going to be hard, but I think I'm in a good position. I thank God that I don't have. You see this stress? This stress comes from dealing with this drunk. Give me 2 weeks. No, give me till next week, and watch how my face looks. Anyway, I love you guys. I just want you guys to know, like, I'm not here to tear anybody down. I just want us to do our best, and I want us to get what we deserve. And also another thing is, we can get what we deserve without having to look like drag queens. I came on this video today just showing you my real skin because I want you guys to just see, like, and there will be days where you'll see my real hair too. I just want you guys to know that we can be beautiful. We have ethnic diversity within our own diaspora. And at the end of the day, we are gorgeous women. We are feminine and we are happy with ourselves. And so we can only take the best. We will only take the best. And that's what I want. I want the best. I am entitled to the best. And I won't stop until I get it. Okay? And anyone in my way will get bulldozed. Sorry. I love you all. Oh my goodness gracious. I love you all. Okay? And I'm going to figure out how I handle these channels. But, just know I'm here for y'all, okay? And I plan on leveling up with y'all. I really do plan on leveling up with y'all. And I want you guys to be able to watch me in my journey, because my journey will be sick. I have more tools than a lot of women. I just don't use them because I know I could get money on my own, but I'm tired of getting money on my own. That's one thing that happens when you hit your 30s. You get tired of having no support, and I had support for like 4 years, and then it got ripped away from me when I was 29. And that hurt like a bitch. And I'm still kind of not over it, because damn, now I'm in the same place as every other black woman in their 30s where they think I'm a bitter black bitch. No, I'm not. I'm not bitter about life. I know what I can get. And I'm going to get it. Okay? I love you. 2020 is mine. 2020 is yours. 2020 belongs to chocolate women. We are claiming it. 2020. Chocolate women are claiming 2020. Dark-skinned black women are claiming 2020. We will shake this shit up. We will raise hell in this bitch like you people have never seen. And we'll do it with a smile. And we'll do it looking beautiful. And we'll do it at the gym. And we'll do it at the country club. And we'll do it at the hotel bar. And we won't be in your office wasting our time. We won't. We won't do that anymore, okay? We won't be subjected to, at least I won't. I won't be subjected to mediocrity anymore. And my standards have been and will continue to be very high. Okay, peace, guys. More videos to come. Love you.